The space station was bigger than any building Lucas had ever seen. Its walls were made of glass and metal, shining with a soft blue light. Stars and strange planets floated outside the windows. As Lucas stepped out of his small ship, he saw hundreds of aliens watching him. Some had green skin and big eyes. Others were covered in silver fur or had long arms and tails. They spoke in whispers as Lucas walked down the bright hallway. Lucas felt nervous. He was the first human to come to the Galactic Council. He wore a simple blue uniform with the Earth symbol on the front. His hair was short and brown, and his face looked young but serious. He tried to look calm, but inside his heart was beating fast while two tall aliens met him at the end of the hallway. One was thin, with purple skin and many fingers on each hand. The other was small and round, floating above the ground. They both wore shining robes. "Welcome, Lucas," said the purple one in a deep voice. "I am Chairperson Veeler. This is Counselor." "Lena?" Lucas nodded. "Thank you for having me." Chairperson Veeler turned and led Lucas into the council chamber. The chamber was a huge round room filled with seats for every species. Each seat was shaped for its occupant. Some had water tanks, some had cushions, and some floated in the air. At the center of the room was a bright platform where Lucas stood. He could feel all the eyes on him. Some aliens looked curious. Some looked annoyed. A few seemed to laugh quietly. Chairperson Veeler raised his many-fingered hand. "Today, we welcome the first human to the council. Earth is new to the stars. We want to know more about these humans. Are they strong? Are they wise? Are they kind?" Lucas tried to speak clearly. "I am here to learn and to show what humans can do." A large alien with green scales stood up. "Why should we trust a human? Humans are weak. They are small. Their bodies break easily. Why did Earth send only one?" Lucas took a deep breath. "I am not special. Humans have strong hearts. We learn fast. We do not give up." Counselor Lena floated closer. "We have prepared tests for you, Lucas. These tests will show what humans are truly like." Lucas nodded. "I am ready." A group of scientists entered the chamber. One of them, an alien named Dr. Riva, had bright red eyes and smooth blue skin. She looked at Lucas with interest. "Human bodies are very strange to us. We want to see how you compare to other species." Lucas smiled a little. "I will do my best." The council members talked among themselves. Some thought the tests were a waste of time. Others wanted to see something new. No one expected much from the human dot soon. The first test was announced. Lucas would have to walk across a long bridge high above the floor. The bridge was narrow and moved under his feet. Wind and loud noises made it shake. Lucas stepped onto the bridge. He kept his eyes forward and moved slowly, trying not to look down. His hands were sweaty, but he did not stop. Some council members watched with interest. Others rolled their eyes. Halfway across, a gust of wind almost knocked Lucas down. He wobbled, but he kept moving. He remembered his training back on Earth. He remembered running, jumping, and climbing when he was a child. He remembered falling and getting back up. At last, Lucas reached the other side. Some aliens clapped, surprised that he finished. Lucas felt tired but proud. Chairperson Veeler spoke. "You did well, human. Many failed this test." Lucas nodded. "Thank you." As the meeting ended, Lucas walked back to his room. He looked out the window at the stars. He missed home, but he knew he had to keep going. The council was still unsure about humans. Lucas would have to prove himself again and again. As he closed his eyes, he thought of his family and friends back on Earth. He hoped they would be proud. Lucas did not know what tomorrow would bring, but he promised himself he would not give up, no matter how hard the test became. Lucas woke up early. He did not sleep well. He kept thinking about the test from yesterday. Now he had to face new tests. He put on his blue uniform again and looked in the mirror. He was tired, but he wanted to do his best. He thought about his family and his home on Earth. He wanted to make them proud. When Lucas left his room, A small robot guided him to the council hall. The hall was bright, filled with strange plants and floating lights. Many aliens had come to watch. Some waved at Lucas. Others just stared at Dr. Riva, the blue-skinned scientist, met him at the door. She smiled. "Today is the endurance test. Are you ready?" Lucas nodded. "I will try." Dr. Riva handed Lucas a band for his arm. "This will show us your heart rate and body strength. The test will be hard. If you need to stop, tell us." Lucas nodded again. He felt nervous, but he did not want to give up. Inside the big room, the council had built a long-running track. The floor changed shape every few meters. Some parts were soft like sand, others hard like stone. There were hills and holes. The aliens watched from the seats above. Chairperson Wheeler and Counselor Lena sat at the front. Chairperson Wheeler spoke to the crowd. "Let us see how strong and tough a human can be. Lucas must run for a long time. He must not stop. Other species have tried." Most did not finish. Lucas took a deep breath. The bell rang. He started running at first. The track was easy. Lucas moved at a steady pace. The sand made his legs tired, but he kept going. When the floor turned to stone, he had to jump over holes. Lucas's heart was beating fast, but he did not stop. He thought about running on the fields at home. He thought about the times he had fallen, but always got up again. After some time, Lucas began to sweat. His legs hurt. The air was dry and hot. Some aliens started to laugh. "Humans are weak," one said. "He will quit soon." But Lucas kept going. He remembered his mother's words, "Never give up, even when it hurts." Dr. Riva checked her screen. "The human is still running," she told the other scientists. "His heart is strong. His muscles are tired, but he is not stopping." Lucas ran up a steep hill. His legs shook. He almost fell, but he pushed himself forward. The aliens watched in silence now. They saw the human's face. He was tired, but he did not give up. He remembered his home and the blue sky. He remembered his friends. The last part of the track was the hardest. The ground was slippery, and the air felt cold. Lucas slipped and fell. He hit his knee and felt pain. He almost cried, but he looked up at the crowd. He saw Chairperson Wheeler watching. He saw Dr. Riva writing notes. Lucas took a deep breath. He got up and started running again. When Lucas crossed the finish line, the crowd was quiet. Then slowly, some aliens started to clap. A few stood up. Even those who doubted him looked surprised. Dr. Riva ran over to Lucas. "You did it! You finished the race!" she said. "Your body is amazing. You pushed yourself past your limits." Lucas was breathing hard. "Thank you," he said, trying to catch his breath. His clothes were wet with sweat. His legs hurt. But he smiled. Chairperson Wheeler came forward. "You have shown great strength, human. You have passed the endurance test." Lucas nodded. He wanted to rest, but he also felt proud. He had shown the council that humans could keep going even when things were hard. Later, in the council lounge, some aliens talked about Lucas. "He is different," one said. "Humans are not as weak as we thought." Dr. Riva told her team, "The human body heals quickly. His heart rate is back to normal already. He is stronger than he looks." That night, Lucas sat in his room and looked at the stars. He was tired, but he felt hope. The council was starting to see humans in a new way. He thought about the next test. He knew it would be hard, but he was ready to try. He promised himself again, he would not give up. He would show the whole galaxy what it meant to be human. Lucas woke up to the gentle sound of the morning bell. Today was his third day on the space station, but he still felt like everything around him was a dream. He dressed quickly, brushed his hair, and looked out at the stars. He was nervous, but also excited. The last 2 tests had been hard, but he passed. Now, he wondered what the next challenge would be. A small robot brought Lucas his breakfast. The food was strange. Some of it glowed, and some of it floated in the air. Lucas tried a little of everything. He missed Earth food, but he knew he had to be strong. He wanted to show the council that humans could adapt to anything. Soon, Dr. Riva arrived at Lucas's door. She greeted him with a smile. "Good morning, Lucas. The council is waiting for you. Today you will face a test of the mind. You must solve the council's puzzle." Lucas followed Dr. Riva down a long hallway. The walls were covered in pictures of many different worlds. There were drawings of tall mountains, strange oceans, and cities made of crystal. Lucas felt small in this big universe, but he tried to stand tall. When they reached the council chamber, all the seats were full. Chairperson Viller spoke. "Today we test a human's mind. Lucas, you must solve a puzzle that even the best alien minds find difficult. If you pass, you will show that humans are not only strong, but also smart." Lucas nodded. He felt his hand shake. He took a deep breath and tried to calm down. A floating table was brought to the center of the room. On the table was a strange cube, covered in symbols and buttons. Next to it was a screen showing pictures and numbers that changed every second. "Counselor," Lena explained, "you must match the symbols and numbers on the cube with the ones on the screen. You only have 30 minutes. You cannot ask for help." Lucas sat at the table and looked at the puzzle. At first, he did not know what to do. The symbols were not like any language he had seen. The numbers changed quickly. Lucas closed his eyes for a moment and remembered his father teaching him how to solve puzzles at home. He remembered taking things apart and putting them back together. He remembered that every puzzle has a pattern. He opened his eyes and started pressing the buttons. At first, nothing happened. Then, a few of the symbols on the cube lit up. Lucas noticed that when he pressed one button, another symbol changed on a different side. He realized that the cube was connected on all sides. The aliens watched closely. Some looked bored, but a few seemed surprised when Lucas worked quickly. He made mistakes, but he learned from them. Every time something went wrong, he tried a new way. Lucas did not give up. As the minutes passed, the crowd grew quiet. Lucas matched more and more symbols. He used his memory and tried to see patterns. Sometimes he closed his eyes to think. He was not the fastest, but he did not panic. He trusted himself. At the last minute, Lucas pressed the final button. The cube glowed with a bright light. The screen showed a green mark, meaning the puzzle was solved. The room filled with noise. Some aliens cheered. Others whispered to each other. Chairperson Viller stood and spoke loudly. "Lucas, you have passed the mental test. You have shown that humans can think and solve problems. This is something to respect." Dr. Riva looked at Lucas with wide eyes. "Your mind is fast and flexible, Lucas. You see things in new ways." Lucas felt proud. He did not expect to finish the puzzle. He stood and bowed to the council. Later, when Lucas walked in the station's garden, some young aliens ran up to him. "How did you do it?" one asked. "I watched you solve the puzzle." Lucas smiled. "I just kept trying. I looked for patterns. I did not give up." The young aliens followed him and asked many questions. Lucas was happy to share what he knew. He wanted them to see that humans could be both strong and smart. That night, Lucas wrote a message to his family. He told them about the puzzle and the young aliens. He told them that even in a galaxy far from home, a human could make friends and prove his worth. As he fell asleep, Lucas felt hopeful. He knew there would be more tests, but he was not afraid. He had already shown the council something important about humans. They could learn, they could think, and they could always find a way. Lucas woke up with new energy. He felt proud of what he had done in the last test, but he knew the hardest ones were still waiting. He stretched, ate his breakfast, and got ready. Today, the air in the space station felt full of excitement and tension. He could hear the voices of aliens in the hallways, whispering about the human and his next trial. A robot led Lucas to a new room he had not seen before. This room was big and round, with a high ceiling and bright lights. Around the walls, many council members and aliens sat to watch. The floor was made of smooth metal, with painted lines that looked like a place for sports or training. Chairperson Viller stood at the center. Today, you must show how you handle danger. You will face a friendly combat challenge against one of our best champions. There will be no weapons. This is to test your speed, skill, and cleverness. Lucas nodded. He tried to look calm, but his heart beat fast. He remembered his training back on Earth. He was not the strongest, but he was quick and clever. He knew how to use his body and think fast. On the other side of the room, the champion entered. It was an alien called Brack. Brack was taller than Lucas, with heavy arms, thick skin, and eyes like yellow stones. Brack waved to the crowd, who cheered loudly. Chairperson Wheeler explained the rules. You will fight until one of you gives up or cannot continue. Remember, this is not for hate, but to learn. The bell sounded. Brack moved first, coming forward with fast steps. Lucas stepped back and watched carefully. Brack tried to grab Lucas, but Lucas dodged. He remembered what his teacher once said. Never let your enemy control the fight. Lucas moved left and right, using his speed. Brack was strong but slow. Lucas looked for weak spots. He saw that Brack had trouble turning quickly. Lucas used this to his advantage. When Brack swung his arm, Lucas ducked and moved behind him. Some in the crowd laughed. Others looked surprised. Brack grew angry. He tried harder, swinging his arms and trying to catch Lucas. Lucas almost got caught once, but twisted free. He felt his heart racing. He needed to end the fight quickly. Lucas used his memory of old games and sports from Earth. He waited for Brack to move, then jumped to the side. Brack stumbled. Lucas ran behind him and gave a light push. Brack fell forward and landed with a thud. The crowd gasped, then cheered. Brack stood up, shaking his head. He looked at Lucas and nodded. You are fast, human. Not many can do this. Chairperson. Wheeler watched carefully. Do you wish to stop? He asked both fighters. Brack shook his head. I want to see more. The fight continued. This time, Brack tried to trick Lucas by pretending to fall, but Lucas did not get close. He remembered to be careful. He waited, letting Brack use up his energy. Soon, Brack was breathing hard. Lucas was tired too, but he kept moving. Finally, Brack stepped forward and slipped again. Lucas saw his chance. He moved quickly, tapping Brack's side. It was not a hard hit, but it was enough. Brack fell to his knees, out of breath. Chairperson Villa raised his hand. Enough. The human has shown skill, speed, and clever thinking. Lucas, you have passed the combat challenge. The crowd cheered loudly. Many aliens waved or shouted in support. Some were amazed, and others seemed to respect him more now. Brack walked over and put a heavy hand on Lucas's shoulder. You are small, but you are clever. I learned something today. Lucas smiled. Thank you. You are very strong. Dr. Reva wrote notes in her book. She looked at Lucas with wide eyes. Human bodies are different, she said to the other scientists. They use every part of themselves. They think while they move. Later, as Lucas walked back to his room, some young aliens followed him. They wanted to know how he fought, how he learned to move so fast, and why he did not give up. Lucas told him, I practice. I learn from my mistakes. On Earth, we teach children to keep trying, no matter how many times we fall. That night, Lucas looked at the stars and felt proud. He had faced one of the hardest challenges and won with skill, not just strength. He knew there were more tests ahead, but he was not afraid. For the first time, he felt that the council truly saw what it meant to be human. Lucas woke up to the soft sound of music coming from the hallway. He felt sore from the combat trial, but he was happy. The council now saw that a human could be fast, smart, and brave. Still, Lucas knew his time at the space station was not finished. More tests waited for him. He got dressed and ate a quick breakfast. Dr. Riva knocked at his door. She looked excited. "Lucas, today is a special day. You will visit our science center. Many aliens want to learn about the human body." Lucas followed Dr. Riva down a bright hallway. The science center was filled with machines, screens, and strange tools. Aliens in white coats walked from table to table. Some had many arms. Some floated above the floor. They all looked at Lucas with curiosity. Dr. Riva explained, "We want to know how your body works. You finished hard tests, but you never gave up. Your body healed quickly. This is not normal for many species here." Lucas nodded. He sat on a soft chair while Dr. Riva and the other scientists checked his heart, lungs, and muscles. They scanned his arms and legs. They watched how fast he healed from the small bruises he got in a fight with Breck. They looked at how strong his bones were and how fast his heart could beat and then rest. One scientist, with golden eyes and silver hair, sighed, "Human bodies are strange. They grow stronger with practice. Many species do not change much, even with training, but humans improve." "How?" Lucas thought for a moment. "On Earth, if you work hard, your body becomes stronger. If you get hurt, you can heal fast. People run, climb, and play every day. Even when we feel pain, we keep trying." Dr. Riva wrote notes. "Your blood can fight sickness quickly. Your skin repairs itself. Your muscles rebuild after work. Some of our people cannot do these things." The scientists watched as Lucas squeezed a strong bar. They saw how his handprint stayed for a moment and then faded. Another scientist dropped a heavy ball, and Lucas caught it. His hand shook, but he did not let go. A small alien child entered the room. She looked at Lucas with big eyes. "Is it true you can run for hours and not stop?" Lucas smiled. "Sometimes, if I have to." The child tried to squeeze the strong bar, but it did not move. Lucas showed her how to use both hands. She laughed and thanked him. Dr. Riva gathered all the scientists. "We see now that the human body is more than just muscles and bones. It can learn, heal, and change. It is strong because it never gives up." A message from the council arrived. Lucas was asked to return to the main chamber for questions. The hall was filled with council members and many scientists. Chairperson Viller spoke. "Lucas, you have shown us things we did not know. Is it true all humans can do what you do?" Lucas shook his head. "Every person is different. Some are fast, some are strong, some are good at thinking. But all humans can try to improve. We help each other. That is what makes us strong." An old alien asked, "How do you heal when you are sad or hurt inside?" Lucas thought for a while. "On Earth, people talk to friends and family. We share our feelings. Sometimes we cry, but we always get back up. We care for each other. That helps us heal." Dr. Riva smiled at the council. Lucas is right. The human body and mind are linked. Hope, love, and courage help the body heal and grow. More questions came. Some aliens wanted to visit Earth and see more humans. Others wanted to invite more humans to the council. The news about Lucas and his tests spread through the station. Later, Dr. Riva and Lucas walked in the garden. Dr. Riva looked at the sky. "You changed how we think about humans. Your body is not just flesh, it is hope. It is proof that life can be strong and gentle at the same time." Lucas felt proud and a little shy. He looked at the stars and thought about home. He knew that by showing his body and spirit, he had helped the whole galaxy understand what it meant to be human. As he walked back to his room, young aliens waved at him. Some called his name. Lucas waved back. He knew the last tests were coming, but now he felt ready. The galaxy was starting to see humans in a new way. Lucas promised himself to do his best, not just for Earth, but for every world watching him now. Lucas woke up to a soft light shining in his room. He knew today would be another test, but he did not know what it would be. He was not as nervous as before. After all the things he had faced, Lucas felt stronger and more sure of himself. A message came to his door. It was from Counselor Lena. She said, "Today we test not your body or your mind, but your heart. We want to see the true spirit of a human." Lucas felt curious. He wondered what kind of test would show his heart. He put on his blue uniform and followed a guide to the council chamber. The room was full of aliens from many worlds. Some had come just to see this new test. Chairperson Beeler stood and spoke. "Today, we give Lucas a choice. He must decide what is right, not what is easy. In this test, there is no winner or loser. We will see what the human will do." The test was explained. In another room, a young alien named Nira had been hurt in an accident. She was not from the council, but she was in danger. There was also a task. Lucas was asked to complete a puzzle that would help the council learn new things. But there was only enough time to help Nira or finish the puzzle, not both. Lucas listened carefully. He thought about what to do. The puzzle was important, and everyone was watching him. But he remembered his family and teachers telling him that helping others was the right thing. He said, "I want to help Nira." Lucas ran to the medical room. He found Nira lying on a bed, scared and alone. Her arm was hurt, and she looked at Lucas with big eyes. Lucas sat beside her and took her hand. He tried to speak calmly, even though he was worried. "It's going to be okay. I will stay with you," Lucas said softly. He remembered some basic first aid from his training. He found clean cloths and gently wrapped Nira's arm. He asked her about her home and her family. Slowly, she stopped shaking. A doctor came and thanked Lucas for helping. Back in the council chamber, some aliens were surprised. Others nodded and whispered. Chairperson Viller spoke. "Lucas, you chose to help someone weaker, even when it meant losing a chance to show your skill. Why did you do this?" Lucas answered, "On Earth, we believe helping others is important. A puzzle can wait. A life cannot. Humans care about each other. That is what makes us strong." Counselor Lena floated closer. "You did not win a prize today, but you won our respect. You showed us the heart of a human." Dr. Reva wrote in her book, "The human body is strong, but the human spirit is stronger. They risk themselves for others. They act with kindness." After the test, many young aliens came to Lucas. "Thank you for helping Nira," they said. Some wanted to shake his hand. Others hugged him. Lucas felt happy but shy. He was glad he could help, even if it was a small thing. The council called Lucas back to the center. This time, the room was silent. Chairperson Wheeler spoke slowly. "You have passed every test, Lucas. Today, you showed that being human is not just about being fast or smart. It is about caring for others." Lucas looked around at all the faces. He saw Dr. Reva smiling and Counselor Lena watching with kind eyes. Even Brack, the strong champion, gave him a small wave from the crowd. Lucas bowed. "Thank you for letting me be here. I am just one person, but I hope I showed what humans can be." That night, Lucas walked in the quiet garden. He saw the stars and thought of Nira, his family, and everyone he had met. He knew that the last test would come soon, but he felt ready. He knew now that being human was about the body, mind, and most of all, the heart. Lucas woke early on the last day of his time at the space station. He stood by the window and looked out at the stars, feeling a mix of joy and sadness. He had learned so much and met so many new friends, but today was important. Today, the council would decide if humans should join the galaxy's great community. He wanted to make his family proud. He dressed carefully and ate a quiet breakfast. As he walked to the council chamber, he saw many aliens waving at him and wishing him luck. Some young ones even tried to walk like him or copied his wave. Lucas smiled and waved back. He remembered when he first arrived and felt alone, but now he felt welcome. The council chamber was more crowded than ever. Aliens filled every seat and even stood in the back. Lights shone down on the center stage. Chairperson Viller waited there with Counselor Lena, Dr. Riva, and Brack. All the important members were ready. Chairperson Viller began to speak. Today, we meet to decide if humans are ready to join the council. Lucas has faced every test with strength, mind, and heart. Now, we must listen to him and share our thoughts. Lucas stood at the center. He looked around at all the faces, old and young, curious and wise. He spoke simply. Thank you for letting me be here. I am not perfect. No human is. But humans are always trying to be better. We learn, we help each other, and we care about others even if they are different. He talked about his home, his family, and how humans work together. He said, on Earth, we are not the biggest or the fastest, but we never give up. When we fall, we get up. When someone is hurt, we help. When we do not understand something, we ask questions. We believe that every person in every species can teach us something new. Dr. Riva spoke next. She told the council about her studies. Lucas's body surprised us. He can heal quickly and get stronger with practice. His mind is open and learns new things fast. Most of all, his spirit is kind. I have learned that the human body is not just flesh and blood. It is hope and courage, always growing and changing. Brack stood and gave a big wave. The human fought with skill and respect. He was not afraid, even when I was strong. He taught me that being clever is as important as being strong. Some council members shared their thoughts. An old alien. Sire, Lucas helped our children. He answered their questions and was never unkind. That is rare and precious. Another council member said, I did not trust humans before, but now I see they are not weak. They are brave in ways we did not know. Chairperson Veller asked for a vote. Each council member pressed a button. The lights above their seats turned. Green or red? Slowly, the room began to glow with green lights. Only a few seats stayed red. Most of the council had voted yes. Chairperson Viller stood and raised his hand. The council welcomes humans to the galaxy. You are no longer outsiders. You are friends and equals. Lucas felt tears in his eyes. He bowed deeply. Thank you. I will tell everyone on Earth that we are part of something bigger now. We will not forget what you taught us. After the meeting, aliens came to talk to Lucas. Some wanted to shake his hand. Some asked to visit Earth. Others just smiled. Young aliens gave him pictures and gifts. Lucas promised to remember them all. Later, Lucas sent a message home. He told his family about the tests and the friends he made. He said, humans are respected here, not for being perfect, but for trying, for caring, and for never giving up. I hope we can be good friends to all the worlds in the galaxy. As Lucas got ready to leave the space station, Dr. Riva and Brack met him at the airlock. Dr. Riva hugged him. Thank you for teaching us about humans, she said. Brack shook his hand. Be strong, Lucas. Your story will be told for a long time. Lucas smiled and stepped onto his ship. He looked back one last time and waved at his new friends. As the ship left the station, he watched the stars. He knew his life would never be the same. But he was ready for whatever came next, proud to be human and happy to be part of a bigger galaxy.